an agenda in the back of the room, I'm told, with some sign-up sheet. So if you haven't signed in yet, I'd appreciate it if you would. In the meantime, would you please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Our first matter is an appointment with Police Chief Scott Dumas to present the following individuals for appointment: Carolyn M. Lynch, a Reserve Police Officer, and Ronald R. Natilla, a Reserve Police Officer. Go ahead.
Excuse me, Chief. I'm just going to put it on record that I'm recusing myself from this and any and all matters involving the police department, so I won't be voting or participating in those discussions.
Okay.
Thank you.
These are recommendations for the police officer. This Lynch is graduated District High School and graduate science from Harvard College. Criminal justice, minor in psychology. She currently serves in the United States Marine Corps as a reservist, holding the rank of Lance Cole. She's graduated from the leader and submitted to Reserve Academy January 2019. Mr. Natilla is a graduate from the Technical High School. He's also a 2018 graduate of the Leader Reserve Academy College. With that, both reserves certified CPR AEP in the first year. So there's high recommendations to present Carolyn Lynch as the reserve results.
Great. Thank you.
Make a motion to appoint Carolyn Lynch and Ronald Natilla as Reserve Police Officers.
Second? 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 Second. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion to is passed. No objection. One abstain. Thank you. Anything you'd like to say?
This is Senator Dick Allen Parkman. I have to report to
Great.
Thanks for your time and it's very responsible.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Do you have
Do you want photographs? Or?
family or do you want photographs?
But he's not going to be here tonight. For the five recommendations, they're all pretty similar, although they got to be very, rather than read all five, I'm going to get an office what took place on that night. So on June 28th, about 3 o'clock in the morning, we received a phone call of a woman that had a high time breathing. First, we took a phone call with the communication specialist for LTA. Well, one thing I want to emphasize, communication dispatch, communication specialists, they're often about the first responders. But every call from emergency takes place and stops with the communication specialist. All our communication specialists are certified CPR and EMD, emergency medical dispatch. So that's the process that they start when they get this type of emergency stop on the phone. Get the information, try to work the people through the process of going through their while getting out of first responders on scene. But I just want to point that out. Oftentimes the dispatchers and communication specialists have forgotten to do that. Everything stops and then through them. The communication specialists tell us, hey, let's go and start at the EMD with the folks while we got the first responders together. Action ambulance and also the officers working at my side also County first started CPR, started zero pretty much right afterwards. We trained again to apply the AED. They were able to get it back rhythm, apply the AED. It didn't provide a shock at that time. They got it to the point where the recovery was starting, and she's still in the paramedics showed up, which began to seize. This is a young woman, 29 years of age. They were working on the CPR, she was in full cardiac arrest. Paramedics administered medications, we got to stabilize, and the actions of the officers in the first responders that had no doubt saved a life. So, be it known that in accordance with the standards, conditions, regulations, police department, Sergeant Massive, Communication Specialist Mike Coach here, Officer Chris Tani, paramedic Joanne, hereby awarded lead accommodation to the service of the community on my recommendation.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to say, I've said it in the past, as a retired police officer who was in charge of a dispatch section, and in Boston University I was in charge of a private sector dispatch section. I'm thrilled that we have a chance to recognize the dispatch people. They do a great job. They deal with all kinds of people, all kinds of conditions, and it's not often they get recognized. I know, Chief, since you've been here, you've brought the dispatchers in for recognition. I just want to applaud that, because I think that's a very important position in this town. And they're the ones that everybody talks to and everybody deals with. And if they do it right, things go well. If they don't do it right, things don't do well. So it's great to hear commendations for the dispatch people, as well as the officers and the EMTs that responded to this incident.
Do we need to vote on that, Debbie?
If you'd like to take a vote of support of the...
Yeah, I'd like to motion to support the action.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Motion to support the action has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you very much, and thank you, gentlemen. Okay, we'll have a period of public comment from 7:15 to 7:20. We have a 7:20 appointment with Chief, which are a little early with Chief Braddock, which are a little early for us, so I'll take up general business. General business number one is a request from the Board of Water Commissioners to appoint Robert Gray to the position of Water Superintendent. I'll read the letter. Dear Chairman Pierce and Honorable Board of Selectmen, please accept this letter as a recommendation in support of Robert Gray. Robert has been with the department since 2014 and has proven himself to be a valuable asset to the department. He is hardworking and dedicated employee with a strong mechanical and technical aptitude. Bob has demonstrated the ability to lead and manage various projects and see them through to completion. He has a deep understanding of both the distribution system and the water treatment system. He provides guidance with the budget and plans short and long-term projects. Bob has done an excellent job supervising the operators and the office staff. All have expressed appreciation and respect for his knowledge and his ability to lead the department. Bob has completed significant safety and educational trainings and possesses many certifications. Bob's experience is extensive in the water field. He held the position of water superintendent for the town of Alton, New Hampshire, and was the chief water treatment officer for the city of Rochester, New Hampshire. I wholeheartedly and without reservation recommend Robert Gray for the position of water superintendent. Respectfully, Mark Emery, chairman of the Water Board of Commissioners. Anything else you want to say, Mark? Yep, sounds like you do. Okay, great. Yep. Yep. Yeah. Okay.
I'm very fortunate to have him step up to the plate. It's going to take a big burden off of myself.
That position's been vacant for quite some time, right? The position's been vacant for quite some time. 2 years, yeah, that's good. Okay. Have a motion to approve, Bob?
Give that motion.
Second. Motion to approve has been made and second. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
New business, general business number 2 is a request from the Board of Cemetery Commissioners to appoint Alan Kulowski as seasonal secretary laborer. The Board of Cemetery Commissioners needs to hire an additional seasonal cemetery laborer in order to cover the workload demands. The Commissioners are recommending that the Board appoint Alan to this position. Can I have a motion?
Deal with that motion, Mr. Chairman.
I'll second that.
Motion to appoint Alan Kulowski has been made and seconded. All those opposed? All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. General business number 3 is a request from Harbor Master Bill Demento to lift the hiring freeze for 2 pump-out boat operators. Harbor Master Bill Demento is requesting permission to lift the hiring freeze for 2 pump-out boat operators. He has 4 operators on the call list, but 2 of them have been unable to work this season due to their full-time job commitments. Having 2 more operators will provide the necessary coverage for the department. I have a motion to lift the hiring freeze.
Give that motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Motion to lift the hiring freeze is made and second. All those in favor? Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. General business number 4 is a request from Essex County Greenbelt Association to hold a road cycling event on September 21, 2019. They've done this in the past. Every year they've done this. They have an annual road cycling event to come through Raleigh on September 21. The event will travel along Route 1A in Raleigh. Police chief, fire chief, health agent, and highway surveyor have reviewed this request and do not have any questions. Have a motion to approve the event?
I'll give you that motion.
Second. Motion to approve the event has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. General business number 5 is a request from Raleigh Community Media Director Janet Morrissey to lift the hiring freeze for position of production technician.
Give the motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second. Motion to lift the hiring freeze has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. General business number 6 is a motion to accept the donation of American flags from Sean McFadden. Sean McFadden has donated approximately 6 small U.S. flags to be placed around the war monuments in front of Town Hall. The board needs a vote to accept the donation.
Make a motion.
Second. Motion to accept the donation has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it. Should we send a letter of thanks to Sean? Yes.
Yes.
General business number 7, to review the road opening permit application submitted by National Grid to open the following roads. 16 Burke Avenue to install new gas service, 48 Pleasant Street to install new gas service. Road opening permits were signed off by the staff for the locations listed above. Anyone have any questions about these? Nope. Hearing none, I'll take that as okay. Okay, that's general business. New business. Number 1 is Project Pine Grove School project update.
We're going to do that under old business. Yeah, there was a mistake on the agenda. It's under old business.
Okay, under old business, okay.
Type place. Sorry about that.
Okay, old business, Pine Grove School project update.
Okay, we had a building meeting on Thursday afternoon at 4 o'clock, and the contractor has total control of the project all summer. All phases of construction are underway, including site work. The contractor has put a binder coat on the surface of the access roadways and parking lot. With a significant amount of heavy equipment still working on the site, the final coat will not be put on until the last of the site work is done. Also, the water line for the hydrant has been installed. The target date for completion is still the start of the school year. The target date has always been August 23rd, and the W.T. Rich, the contractor, is hoping to meet that date. It may be a couple of days beyond it, but we're still hoping for it. I did a walkthrough on the east wing, which is the last area to be renovated, That's the wing where the library is, and that's where they found the mold upstairs and downstairs. All of the mold has been removed. It did not affect any of the children that have been in those areas because it was covered up by the wallboard. But now that we have removed all the wallboard, that's where we found the mold, and that had to be cleaned out. The air quality has been tested, and everything has been approved. They have installed mineral wool. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but that will prevent mold from reoccurring in those areas on the outside walls, upstairs and downstairs. They have started with the plastering. They're putting up the wallboard. The ceiling metal is being installed. There's tile in the bathrooms. And if you go through, which I was privileged to do, they're even starting to paint some of the walls. So I'm still encouraged that they're going to meet that date of August 23rd. Now, all of the windows, by the way, except for where they're loading stuff from the outside, they had to keep a whole section of window out so they could lift the stuff up to the second floor to make it easier to bring the equipment into the second floor. But all of the other windows have been installed and have been sealed. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. Okay, now we will move on to our appointment with Fire Chief James Broderick. Good evening, Chief. To present the following individuals for appointment: Matthew Harney, full-time firefighter; Cooper Carithio, full-time firefighter; and Joseph Warren, probationary call firefighter.
Okay, I'll introduce each one, a little brief biology, biography, and then so first was Matt Harney. Matt's been a member of the call force since November 2014. During his time as a call firefighter, he became certified as firefighter 1 and 2, first responder operations for hazmat, fire training instructor, fire officer 1, and then basic. His time on the department already is going to make it a little bit easier for him to acclimate himself to his new position, and I look forward to seeing him grow in the department. The second one is Cooper Carithio. Cooper comes to us from West Newbury, other parts. He was in the same class as Matt in the fire academy class, so he got to meet with that with that. Cooper brings to us firefighter 1 and 2 certification, hazmat first responder at the operations level. He's attended fire officer 1 and he's moving towards certification with that by going to the fire training officer school. This is something really good that we probably start here. Cooper is also involved in a program in West Newbury that acclimates 14 to 18-year-olds so that they become interested in becoming firefighters. So that would be a program that I'd be really interested in seeing developed here. Again, I look forward to Cooper growing with us and becoming the future of the department. And finally, our fall side, we wanted to bring up Joe Warren. Joe is a long-term resident in town, I guess, all his life. He decided to finally become a call firefighter. His brother Jesse is a member of our department, and they bring a vast knowledge of heavy equipment and trucks, which we definitely use. Looking forward to seeing Joe go through the academy, become a certified firefighter, just like everybody else. And his brother. Again, look forward to seeing him grow in the department, and we put 3 people on. A good thing, too. Full-timers, this is the first 2 full-timers we've put on since Captain Emery and Captain Mary were firefighters back in 1998. So, it's all good.
It's a long time.
Yes, it is.
I'll make a motion that we appoint Matthew Harney, full-time firefighter, Cooper Carithio, full-time firefighter, and Joseph Warren, probationary call firefighter.
Motion to appoint these individuals has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it.
Mr. Chairman, I'd just like to say it was welcome to the town service, all three of you. And it's a first opportunity we've had in how many years, Chief, to expand the department and increase the amount of full-time coverage each day, so that better protection for the citizens, better protection for each other, and we're just thrilled to have the two full-time guys, and Mr. Warren, I know your family members, and we're happy to have you on board, and the fire service is so critical today. It was long overdue that we hired these guys, so congratulations and welcome aboard.
Thank you. Photograph? Yeah. Starting to cool off here. Yeah, 7 o'clock. Huh? Yeah, that's it.
Heating system is malfunctioning.
Huh?
I said the heating system is malfunctioning.
Yeah, right. Okay. We're on new business now. New business number 2 is a request from the Principal Assessor, Sean McFadden, for technical assistance from the Merrimack Valley Planning Commission for assistance on assessor's maps. Principal Assessor Sean McFadden has discussed this request with Selectman Snow, the town's representative to the Merrimack Valley Planning Commission. The Board of Assessors is seeking 4 hours of technical assistance from the Merrimack Valley Planning Commission to update some maps. MVPC has the ability to do this work under the local technical assistance programs. The board needs to vote to approve this request. Have a motion to approve?
Give me a motion, Mr. Chairman.
Motion. Second? Second. Motion to approve the request has been made and second. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. New business number 3 is approve the filing of the Department of Energy Resources grant application for municipal energy technical assistance for the energy audit. Mass DOER has a grant available that will fund the energy audits of municipal buildings that are both located within municipal light department service area and heated with oil or propane fuel. There are 3 office buildings within the town that meet this criteria: the town hall, the water department, administrative services, and the highway garage and offices. If the town receives this grant, the audits will serve as part of Raleigh's Green Community application, which requires the town to develop an energy reduction plan to reduce energy use in all town facilities by 20% in 5 years. We received quotes to conduct the energy audits, and the lowest quote was in the amount of $10,017. It is vital for the town to get this grant because we don't have the funds available to pay for this work. The grant application, which is due on August 1, requires that the Board of Selectmen complete a certification of application. The board will need to vote to authorize me to sign the certification of application form.
I'll give you the motion, Mr. Chairman, to approve.
Second. Motion to approve the grant application has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. New business number 4 is to discuss the bridge maintenance and inspection recommendations report. Our consultant, VHB, has completed the bridge maintenance and inspection recommendations report, which was fully funded by the town's Community Compact Grant. The report contains condition reports for all culverts in towns, copies of the Mass DOT bridge inspection reports, and recommendations for prioritizing repair and replacement projects. The report took VHB less time to complete than they inspected. As a result, they offered to draft a small bridges state grant application for the town at no additional cost. The bridge inspection report found the Glen Street Bridge to be in poor condition and was placed as the highest priority for replacement. VHB has been working on a grant application under the grant program to fund the full reimbursement cost of this structure, which is estimated at $796,000. The deadline for this grant is October 1. We're authorizing the board to authorize myself to sign the application, including the letter of support.
Mr. Chairman?
Yes.
Yeah, I just want to briefly say that I've been working with Pat Snow, the highway surveyor who's here. Natalie Lovett, our administrative assistant's been heavily involved, and I've really been kind of watching. Pat's done most of the road work out there with the consultant, and Natalie's done all the office work and the grant applications and so on and so forth. So I just want to recognize the two of them for the amount of work they put in, because this is quite a comprehensive report. It has pictures of every bridge, locations, conditions, remediation issues, things like that. So it's really a comprehensive report, and it's up to us to pick the ball up. And I think in future budgets we need to start putting some money aside for some of these projects. Hopefully we can get something for Glen Street, but that's going to be a major project. But a lot of the other culverts and bridges need work, and just something another one of those things that's been neglected over the years, and we really need to get on it. And this is the opportunity for the production of this report to put together a plan and start working on it. And I commend Natalie and Pat Snow, the highway surveyor, for the work they put in and the effort it's taken to put this all together along with the consulting company.
Great.
I'd just like to echo some of the things he said. With this tool now, it really is in a great position for capital planning. And with the new stormwater guidelines and small rivers and streams crossing, the state institute is a lot more grants out there now. So having this will really put us in a better position to really have some of these grants.
Well, that's great. Okay, motion, oh, sorry.
Can I ask you a copy of the report?
Will you do that?
Certainly.
Yeah.
Can you get your copy?
Thanks. Okay, I need a motion to approve the grant application.
I'll give you the motion, Mr. Chairman.
A second. Motion to approve the grant application has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. All opposed? The ayes have it. Thank you, Pat. Thanks for your good work.
Thank you, Pat.
Thanks, Pat.
Thanks, Natalie. New business number 5 is an update on the town website project. The town is able to purchase a website development and service package from Civic Plus under the state contract. Civic Plus has an excellent reputation in creating and maintaining city and town websites. The cost of the website development is $9,000, and the annual service is $2,500 for a total contract price of $11,500. Does the board wish to proceed with Civic Plus for the website development? If so, the board will need to vote to authorize me to sign the contract.
I'll make that motion.
Second. Motion to approve the contract has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. New business number 6 is to discuss the traffic light signaling issues at the intersection of Routes 1 and Route 133. The Massachusetts Department of Transportation has been conducting roadway improvements on Route 1 in Raleigh. This work necessitated the temporary removal of the auto signaling wires for the left turn arrow at the intersections of 1 and 133 for drivers coming east on Route 133 and seeking to take a left turn at the intersection and head south at Route 1. We've been receiving calls from drivers saying the traffic has been backed up on the east side of Route 133 for up to a half a mile. We contacted Representative Brad Hill, who subsequently contacted Mass DOT on the town's behalf and asked that the project manager update on this project. The project manager stopped by the office last Friday and gave us an update. MDOT made a manual adjustment to the left turn signal so that it would stay on longer to allow more traffic coming from the east and taking a left turn on the southbound side of Route 1 at the intersection. The project manager told us they still need to put a binder coat in the road and that it mostly likely won't have signal wires back on until mid-September after the paving is complete. Any questions? We don't need to vote on this, right?
No, we just wanted to give an update, and we're monitoring the situation with that slight adjustment. I know Selectman Peterson went through the intersection today and found that it was backed up. It tends to be rush hour, I believe.
It's still backing up. My wife went through there this afternoon, and she got stuck in the traffic. It took her 3 lights to go through the intersection going west. And while she was there, she was counting the vehicles, and for every 20 cars that were able to go east, only 8 cars were able to go west. So I asked the town administrator if she would forward that to the engineer. We could make some more adjustments to that. 'Cause one of my concerns is with the call firefighters, it's a little difficult for them to get over to the fire station anyway, and if they get backed up at that corner, it's going to be a longer wait for them. So that I happened to be here in the office when the engineer came in Friday to meet with the town administrator, and I think he understands the problem. We'll have to do some follow-up. The other issue is just for the residents to know that if all goes on schedule, starting on Monday, they're going to be milling Route 1. So there's going to be a lot of traffic issues out there. Police officers will be there to work the details and stuff, but it's going to be a busy construction area for the next couple of months anyway, depending on how fast they get the milling done, and it'll be a while before it's a 2-year project, so I assume they won't get most of it done finished till next year. But keep in mind that that whole area out there in the 133 and Route 1 intersection in particular are going to be difficult for the next period of time.
I'd like to comment also that I was on 133. I was westbound, headed for actually the fire station this afternoon, and I was held up. It took me at least 2 lights to get through eastbound because it was a very short cycle, and I've been on westbound and have been held up at the traffic light for 15 seconds beyond the eastbound traffic coming through. So there's still things to work out on that intersection.
Just make a comment. About 4 years ago, we had a problem down here, 133 and Route 1. And I took the fellow who, I can't think of his name offhand, from District 4 for Arlington, and we went down to the intersection, and within 2 days, he had the light changed. And since that time, there has something with the national transportation that they've changed that. You'll see when you go down to the intersection, you'll see there's a flashing yellow light now, a bar, and that's something that's come in, and that has really exacerbated the problem down at 133. But if we went back, I wish we could go back to the old system, but we can't right now. So we'll just have to wait until the wires are changed at the intersection.
That's true. There are drivers who actually the arrow north and south will turn green, and they have their right to go left, and people will sit there just not moving.
Well, then it goes into the yellow system. And again, that was added through a national highway program. And that was to save gasoline and everything else. It's become a real major problem for us. And maybe, we talked to Representative Hill, and maybe they can do something at the state level and the national level, because in a little town like ours, it's a real major problem.
Okay, we have another appointment with Raleigh Emergency Management Director, Fire Chief James Breyer, to discuss the Massachusetts Emergency Management Agency disaster aid related to the storms of 2018.
Right. Yes, Mr. Chairman. What this is paperwork has all been done, and this is a federal reimbursement for the emergency declaration. And what these two documents are is the signatory forms. And what happens is that someone has to be authorized to sign for the town. In the past, it's been one of two things. Either you had me become a signatory and sign all the documents, send them in to me, and then we get the money wired to us, or the chairman of the board has signed the documents. There's two storm declarations. It was scored 4372 for $22,635.25. and 4379 for $36,090.03. So that's 90% of what the actual costs were for dealing with those two storms back in 2018. So basically, we just need to decide who's going to sign the forms.
Mr. Chairman, the state already prepared it as the REMA director, as the contract manager, so it may be easier for the board to authorize him to sign it, and in the motion, the selectmen would authorize you to sign on behalf of the board, authorizing REMA director.
Mr. Chairman, I'll make the motion to authorize the chief to be the signatory along with yourself or whatever.
Okay.
I'll second.
Motion to authorize the chief to sign has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Thank
You
you.
just need to fill out
One page that you would have to sign, Mr. Chairman.
Yeah.
Page 5?
We can have him sign after the meeting, or
Just
tomorrow morning.
get it to me, and as soon as I get it back to me, I can send it out to the readers
Right.
sooner than later.
Right. Great. Thank you.
Okay.
Yep, thanks.
Thank you, chief.
Okay, I think we're dealing with the minutes now. The minutes from July 1, 2019. Everyone was present.
I'll give you a motion, Mr. Chairman, for July 1st, 2019.
I'll second that.
Motion to approve the minutes of July 1, 2019 has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. We have minutes from July 15, 2019.
Mr. Chairman, I'll give you a motion to accept the minutes for July 15th, 2019.
And these are not the executive session minutes, right? Okay.
Yep. Second?
I'll second.
Motion to approve the minutes from July 15 has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? The ayes have it.
And then we have executive session. The executive session needs to be voted on.
The executive session.
It's not in the packet.
Okay. We have a motion to approve the executive session minutes.
Motion, Mr. Chairman.
Second.
And I abstain from that vote.
Yep, thank you. Motion to approve the executive session minutes has been made and seconded. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? The ayes have it. Okay, we have announcements. Vacancies. Planning Board Associate Member, 2 vacancies on the Conservation Commission, 1 vacancy on the Zoning Board of Appeals Associate seat, and several vacancies on the Raleigh Cultural Council. Interested residents should send a letter of interest to the Board of Selectmen or call the Selectmen's office at 948-2372. Motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Motion to adjourn has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
The ayes have it.
I thought it would be here.